Okay, nakabalik na ako sa unit and it took me around more or less 2 to 3 hours for the whole process. So, ikikwento ko siya kasi medyo I feel dizzy na, nahihilo na ako. Tapos plus pa medyo may ubot sipon pa ako. So, yun. Kwento ko na. So, na-encourage ako ng mga kaklase ko na to try other treatments sa eye surgery other than LASIK. By the way, yung history ko, family history ko muna, wala kaming sa family any history ng malabong mata. Kung meron man, acquired siya kadalasan. So sa family namin, parang ako lang yung talagang lumabo yung mata. So I guess it's because of the lifestyle and work. Sorry kung medyo madumi yung mukha. Kumakain kasi ako eh. But I wanna film this right after the surgery and I already changed my clothes kasi I need to rest up. Okay, so, yung laser treatment, naririnig-rinig ko na siya sa mga friends ko. And one of the things that I realized na binabalikan ko na yung mga conversations ng mga friends ko before regarding LASIK, parang may screening siya and not everyone gets approved. Hindi daw lahat na-approve. So, yun yung mga conceptions na I try to ask the doctor kanina para maliwanagan sa akin. So, there are 2 hospitals that my classmates recommended. One, St. Luke's, tapos pangalawa, yung Medical City. A lot of them recommended Medical City. So, I might have to go to Medical City for an opinion, for a second opinion. So, it's really hard setting an appointment dito sa may St. Luke's. It was recommended by a good friend, yung doctor dun sa St. Luke's BGC. So, ever since I finished my classes, talagang nag-i-inquire na ako consecutively because I wanted to ensure that I get it done before the semester starts. But there's no way I can do that kasi nga, naabutan na ako ng vacation ng mga doctors. I forgot. May buhay din walang mga doktor. And I know doctors try to make use of the holidays. Talagang nag-leave sila ng matagal. So, hindi ako umabot doon sa nakaset ko na time frame sa utak ko. Now, I am sharing the whole story prior to me doing the pre-screening kanina ha. Kinikwento ko, nilalatag ko siya sa inyo. So, December 15, we finished, I guess, all of the exams. Nalaman ko na December 15 rin pala, tapos na yung surgery, yung mga pag-accept ng clinic dun sa surgery because the doctor will be on leave na. So, yon, wala akong choice, hindi ako makapag-pre-screening, hindi ako makapag-set. So, this January, sabi ko, kailangan ko siyang tapusin regardless kung meron akong travels, work, school, whatever, I have to postpone everything kasi gusto ko mauna muna yung sa mata ko. Why? Super hirap ako kapag nagda-drive. The reason why I wear my glasses, pag mag-work kasi ako sa laptop ko, kaya ko pa naman siya basta malapit. I can read. Pero, medyo nakakahilo, parang ang hirap for someone na madaming ginagawa pag malabo yung mata. So, what I did, sabi ko, January, kukuha na ako ng schedule ko. So, luckily, I was able to book an appointment naman. Nag-leave ako today for work. Kasi, Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday lang daw gumagawa yung doctor ng appointment. But, every Saturday is always booked up yan. So, yung next available schedule na binigay sa akin nung assistant niya, Feb na. Which ayoko kasi I have a lot of things to do sa Feb eh. So, kailangan na siya matapos ng January para makapag-set na ako. So, I can plan ahead of time lahat na kailangan ko. Kasi, kapag nag-set ako ng appointment, lahat na ng other appointments ko, mapopostpone. So, yun. Sabi ko, gusto ko talaga Feb. So I went to St. Luke's. I'll try to screenshot here the guidelines that was sent over by the assistant. Wag niyo akong gayahin. I went there by myself. May sakit pa ako. So I encourage everyone to go to the clinic with a companion. Wag niyo akong gayahin kasi mag-isa lang ako pumunta doon. It's not advisable, especially on your pre-screening, because you can really feel a bit, you're going to feel parang hindi siya discomfort eh. Medyo dizzy feeling yung naramdaman ko after nung screening. It took me around 1.5 hours para sa screening sa mata. So, i-explain ko siya kasi I don't have the chance to take videos, photos dun sa location. Kasi medyo parang, dahil maaga ako pumunta, yung mga nurses and attendants, ang bilis dun turnover. So, wala akong time para makapagkuha man lang ng mga photos, ganyan. Unlike before, sa mga clinics, nakakakuha pa ako ng videos and photo. Anyway, share ko na lang siya. So, I went there around 8:30 or 9. Tapos, nag-start na nga sa akin sa screening. I was so shocked because I paid 5,141 pesos. Kasi akala ko parang consultation pa lang. So, before you get the consultation with the doctor, kailangan niya kasi mag-run ng screening. Late ko na siya na-realize. Pagdating ko doon, shucks, buti na lang may dala akong cards. I have to pay 5,000 pesos for it. So, bayad na ako. Ang first na ipapagawa nila sa'yo, there are 5 steps kasi. So, 5 Yung una, parang i-check lang nila yung grado. Tapos, sunod, parang yung mga hot air balloon na titignan. Tapos, pangatlo, just note this, kung sa St. Luke's din kayo magpapa-pre-screening for your eye surgery, meron siyang parang hahanginan niya na nakakagulat. Basta sagad, parang may, yung equipment, may ibubugang hangin na parang medyo may tubig ng konti. Magkabilang mata, so magugulat ka talaga. After that, check na naman yung grado mo. I think, they run 2 times pa ata. Tapos, you have to wait, kaya siya tumagal, you have to wait for 45 hours to 1 hour kasi lalagyan nila ng eye drop for the memory, muscle memory, something na inanumb niya. The way I understood it but I could be wrong kasi nga may sakit na ako, inaantok pa ako. Tapos parang wala akong ganang today kasi nga medyo siningit ko lang talaga siya schedule ko kahit may sakit ako today. I just want to go through the whole pre-screening para matapos na. Okay. After nung inumb yung, di ba nag eye drop nga, para daw yun sa numbing. Because they want to verify kung yung grado ba na suot ko na salamin is tama doon. Kasi they have to numb that specific muscle to determine kung tama ba daw talaga yung grado ko. Just to confirm. So, I waited for 45 minutes. So, yun, kumain muna ako. I went to the 10th floor ulit. Tapos, dun na ako na-clear. Pinakyat na ako kay Doc para to discuss stuff. So, I think 11:30, nagmamadali na nga yung doktor kasi 11:30 pagdating ko doon, meron pang nakapila before me. So, sabi ko, ang mali ata ng, maano kasi ako matanong kasi ako So, when I went there, parang pa-lunch time na, and I know, gutom na rin yung doctor. So, we were kind of in a hurry. So, sabi niya, masyado daw, hindi daw advisable sa akin yung LASIK because of my prescription. So, masyado daw mataas yung grado ko. As expected, ina-expect ko na po yan, na hindi talaga ako papasa sa LASIK kasi nga sobrang nakapal ng grado ko. I think I am 500, 650. May astigmatism pa yan. Tapos, after the surgery, in-explain niya sa akin na talaga daw magti-thin yung cornea ko. So, ang marirecommend niya lang sa akin, PRK, hindi niya marirecommend yung SMILE at saka yung LASIK kasi sobrang taas na ng grado ko. So, PRK na lang. So, ano ba yung downside ng PRK? I'll try to insert some of the description here just for the clarifications or screenshots from online credible sources para naman meron kayong idea. And basing those information dun sa pagkaka-explain sa akin ng doctor. Ang sabi sa akin ng doctor, mas matagal yung healing process sa PRK. Case-to-case basis din siya per patient. May pain kang mararamdaman. Kasi PRK, mas old method siya. So, mas marami na nakagamit niya, may mga case studies for it na. But then, recommended siya by doctors, lalo na sa mas mga makakapal or matataas na grado. Pero hindi ko alam at to what extent yung grado na allowed ha. In my case nga lang, 650, 500, PRK na yung recommended sa akin ng doctor. Ngayon, the way it was explained to me, para siyang i-scrape yung layer doon sa mata. Yun yung PRK. Hindi ko fully na pa-explain sa doctor kasi nagmamadali na siya kasi lunchtime na nga nun and feel ko talaga may appointment siya or may kailangan siyang i-meet because there's someone calling him pa. Now, yung PRK treatment daw, nakakatuwa yung mga information na. So, sabi niya, pag daw, after mga 15 minutes, done na ang PRK. Meron daw ilalagay na contact lens that you can sleep with. So, pwede kang matulog with that contact lens. It will serve as a bandage. Yun na yung bandage para dun sa mata na ginawa ng procedure. Tapos sa St. Luke's, there's 10 years warranty. Hindi ko alam kung sa medical because they're saying it's a lifetime warranty sa medical. Yun yung sabi ng mga classmates ko. Sa PRK, sa may St. Luke's, 10-year warranty and everything's included. Yung drops, pati yung surgical Pag daw PRK, black na surgical yung kailangan. Tapos, kapag kaya na ng mata, pwede nang mag-white. So, yung nakikita niya minsan kapag nakasuot ng surgical glasses, yun. So, black kapag PRK, kapag kaya mo na, pwede ka nang mag-transparent. So, after 3 days daw, I need to go back to the doctor for the follow-up. And then, a month after na, yung sunod ko na check-up. But, just in case na may discomfort, pwedeng bumalik sa kanya. Again, case-to-case basis nga kasi siya kung paano mo i-handle. So, it doesn't necessarily follow na yung 3 days, tapos after a month, ganun din yung akin. In a perfect scenario siguro, yun yung magiging mangyayari. Pero, kapag may discomfort, yun, kailangan mo pumunta sa doktor. Sabi nila, depending on your pain tolerance, which feeling ko naman yung pain tolerance ko malala. But, there's something kasi sa mata ko na nahihirapan ako. I can't do contact lens. Natatakot akong iganon siya. Parang pinakakaya ko nang gawin sa mata ko, mascara. Kahit yung eyeliner, I can't. If there's someone doing it for me, hindi ko rin kaya. Parang natatakot ako na maaning mata ko. Yung reflexes ko pagdating sa mata ko. So, yun yung kinatatakot ko kapag nag-proceed na ako dun sa eye surgery. Kasi, mararamdaman mo daw talaga. That's the explanation. So, yon. If you plan to go to St. Luke's Eye Institute for your pre-screening, that would cost you 5,000. As to the actual price, may price increase. So, sabi nung nurse or secretary nung doktor, parang nasa 50 to 52,000. I heard sa Medical City, 40 to 45,000. But that's 2023 price list. So, talagang magbabago siya kasi 2024 na. Yun. Yung sa pre-screening, medyo dizzy yung feeling ko. Kasi nga, you are presented with different lights. Ganon. Na nasashock yung mata. So, please go there with a companion. Huwag niyo akong gayahin na wala akong kasama. Wala akong kasama kasi pumunta dun kasi walang available na samahan ako. Ganun kalungkot ang life natin. Joke! Pero wala akong kasama, pero kinaya ko naman kasi malapit lang ako. So, to those people who are traveling from afar, wag siguro kayong pumunta mag-isa. Kasi ako, my apartment is near BGC, St. Luke. Sobrang lapit lang. So, wala namang hassle sa akin. But if you're traveling from other cities, siguro mas maganda may kasama kayo para di kayo mahirapan if you feel a bit dizzy after the procedure. So, yun. I'm done with the pre-screening. That's with St. Luke's BGC. And then, ang next sked ko for my actual na eye surgery would be end of Feb or early March. Ganun yung binigay sa akin na timeline. Kasi for January, I'm all booked up already. Marami akong kailangang gawin sa work and travel, all work-related. So, ang next sked ko na is end of Feb or early March na yung merong schedule. Tapos, again, case-to-case basis, may mga ibang mabilis gumaling, may mga ibang hindi. So, I don't know how will my eyes adapt to it dun sa procedure na gagawin, but I just hope for the best. Sabi naman ng doctor, 3 to 4 weeks yung overall na gamutan. Kumbaga, dahil may warranty naman, 10-year warranty naman to, sinasabi lang niya na others, magaling na ng 2 weeks, pero meron pa ring intermittent adjustment. Ang feeling daw kasi parang may buhangin sa mata. Ganun yung feeling, and you can't rub it. So, parang feeling mo may buhangin sa mata mo, tapos, parang kang napupuwing. Yun yung feeling niya. And I don't like that feeling. But, kailangan ko siyang tiisin kasi mas magiging madali yung life ko kapag luminaw na mata ko both for work and for my studies. Para mas ready na agad. So, yeah, I'll update you guys on the rest of the stuff. But, yun yung naging experience ko. Kwento ko lang, share ko lang yung experience ko with the first part ng pre-screening para makapagpa-eye surgery na ako. To those people who wants to have their eyes checked, siguro marirecommend ko, try nyo both. Kasi, I did not expect that I have to pay 5,000 ha. Ang ina-expect ko lang sana, doctor's fee. Parang doctor's fee siguro, hindi pa aangat ng 1,000 or 1,500. I did not expect ganun kalaki na agad yung babayaran ko. Initial pa lang. Kasi nga, kailangan nga niya ng something to read. Kailangan niya ng something to check, diba? So, yeah, yun yung naging process sa akin. I would also document yung pagpunta ko sa Medical City because definitely I would have to go there pati kasi gusto ko may second opinion. So, yun, I did not pass for LASIK, I did not pass for SMILE, PRK lang. And that's also the surgery na gusto ko rin for myself kasi tried and tested, mas maraming test cases. I'm saying all of it are safe, ah. Hindi ko naman sinasabing hindi. Of course, bago naman yan i-release sa market, there's enough study para naman to prove that it's safe. But then, preference-wise, gusto ko sana PRK talaga. But, ruled out na nga yung LASIK tsaka SMILE sa akin kasi hindi talaga kaya sa grado ko. Kumbaga, hindi siya recommended by the doctor at hindi rin ako allowed for those procedures kasi nga, masyado nang mataas grado ko. PRK lang. Swerte kasi PRK lang din naman talaga yung gusto kong ipagawa. And PRK din yung swak sa budget ko. So yeah, yun lang. Try to comment if you have questions or baka may hindi ako nasama sa video na to. But I'll try to insert some of the videos na nakunan ko kanina. And I have to rest up na. Gusto ko na talagang isingit to today kasi baka malimutan ko na or hindi ko na magawa yung video. Yun lang. Thank you guys for watching. I'll update you lalo na kapag nakapag-set na ako ng appointment kung ano yung naging process. Healing process included. Prices, ano yung mga naramdaman ko after ko ng eye surgery. So yun lang. Thank you guys for watching. Bye!